is 12, so we will just kick it off. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you here. Hi, Helen. Thank you for joining me, y'all. It feels so nice to be able to meet today on a Friday. Thanks, Michelle. I actually brushed it. Normally, I just show up here with my hair however I am. But I'm gonna go see my grandma today. She is she's in a dementia care home, so she doesn't care if my hair's brushed, but I don't know. It's just like a special thing that I like to do. So, anyways, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. We're just going to take a little time to ground and to write together and to just build some safety in our bodies to just touch our heart stories to see what's there, right? So, if this is your first time joining me, this is just a weekly space where we get together and we write for 10 minutes and then we ground at the start and at the end. So, I will offer a prompt, which you are welcome to use or ignore. It's totally your call. I love prompts as entry points into the story because if you have a story that's kind of just been percolating or either something you've been hiding from, it will give you some guidance in the sense that you're not just staring at a blank page. The prompt is there and you just enter it. You just answer the question and see what comes. And you just never know what's going to come because it takes you right into the subconscious. And that really is just such a powerful way. And the other good thing that I like about prompts is some of the stories that I'm working on or going into, I have written I have kind of laid out, but a prompt will help me enter it into a new way and new stuff will come up that I haven't addressed or even processed yet. So that's kind of why we work with prompts, but don't feel like you have to use it. If you have something that comes up for you, feel free to follow your own thread. And the grounding. The grounding is super important, or at least I feel like it is, because I have done this work for a long time and I have done it with and without it and can really feel the difference. I wrote a lot of my memoir before I discovered the actual power and the tools and resources that are within grounding and just using your own breath that you already have. It's amazing. So we ground in the beginning and at the end, and it's really just to open up some safety in our body to go to these hard places, these places we've been avoiding. And for me, I will often get flooded or just get some heightened emotion. And this just helps create that space and just bring us back down, back into our body, back into our breath, so that the memory feel safe to kind of unfold and the truth can kind of come out in a natural, very unforced way. And we do this for 10 minutes. So the actual writing is 10 minutes for a few reasons. I think that the 10 minutes helps build that safety with the body because it's just 10 minutes, right? So even if we go somewhere hard or tricky or sticky or heavy, it's 10 minutes and we can come out of it and come back to our breath, back to that safety. And then the other thing that is really good about the 10-minute constraint is that it really challenges us to get to the center of what we're actually trying to say and not just wait around in the thick of it forever, which is something I like to do. Sometimes I'll get stuck there. So the 10 minutes is like you get in and then you get out. And the idea is you get to that emotional heat from the start. And it kind of helps us move in through the body instead of that analytical mind coming in and basically talking ourselves out of writing the thing that we want to write, right? So that's kind of the whole thing with the 10 minutes. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the gist of this flow. Really, I just love this space. It's just a practice for me to reconnect with my body, with my story, with my breath, and do it not alone. Do it with y'all. So thank you for being here. I love to see these familiar names showing up. So we are going to begin by just finding some stillness. And so wherever you are, take a moment to arrive. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Just settle into your space, settle into the present. Let your body feel the weight of gravity. The way the ground holds you without asking. Notice the chair beneath you, how it meets your body, how it says you don't have to hold it all. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it fill you, your belly, your ribs, your back, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Let something go, even if it's just a little bit. Notice in the places in your body that feel tight or tense. Offer them breath, a deep, slow inhale through your nose, and exhale. Dropping your shoulders, unclenching your jaw, softening the space between your eyes. We're going to take one last deep breath in and out through your mouth. Release. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. So, the prompt. Today's prompt is actually a line from a poem by Anne Carson. And I use poems a lot as entry points into my story and into my memory. So this one is from her poem, The Glass Essay. And so she writes, "You remember too much, my mother said to me recently. Why hold on to all that?" And I said, "Where can I put it down?" That's what writing can be, right? Like a place to set things down, to let the body unburden what it's been carrying. So for this prompt, I just want you to go into a memory that still feels heavy, like one your body is just still holding on to. Just put it down. Put it down on the page. Just what are you carrying that you no longer need to be? Or maybe you should have never been carrying it in the first place. Just go to the page and write it out. Let it out. Put it down and just see what happens when you give memory a place to live outside of your body. Okay? So, as you're writing, try not to fix or edit as you go. Just allow it to come stream of consciousness. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't even really need to make sense. It just needs to just flow, right? Come out of you. Allow that space. And try to stay with the feelings and not over explaining or overthinking your way into it. And if you do feel that thinking mind coming in or that tense, like tightness, just come back to the body, come back to the breath, release the judgment, and just see what happens. And so I'm going to turn my screen around because if people come late, then they can still see the prompt. But when you have 1 minute left, I will pop back on and let you know to finish up. Okay, thank you. Again, we are writing about the things that we carry and that we are ready to put down. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Let's begin. Okay. Have about 1 minute left. Just wrap up your thought. Hello? Come back. That goes by so fast every time. It's crazy. I'm like still finishing it. I have like two more words. Okay. But I know the thought, right? I know where I'm going. So, anyways, I hope that went well for you. I hope you're feeling a little lighter. Oh, it's intense. Um, Before we get into the grounding, I just want to take a moment and give us a second to title our piece. And it doesn't matter, like, if you just wrote a sentence or you wrote, you don't even really know what it is yet. That is the point of titling. I think there's a lot of great things that can come out of it. One being that it gets you to the center of what you're trying to say. So just take a second, read your piece, and the title can be a word, it can be something that surprised you, it could be like the feeling underneath the piece. Another cool thing that I think about titling is it really brings in a sense of seriousness to the work where what like you're writing, like what you're doing here is worthy of a title. And I believe that it is. Oh, Michelle, thank you for sharing. Are you my mother? And that was going to be my next point. Michelle is a veteran here, so she knows what's up. But if you feel open, you can drop your title in the chat because I think that's another thing that's cool about titling is that, and if you're open to sharing, it just allows us to be in this space together and be seen by others, but in like a small way where you're not having to share everything that you wrote, but just the title. So that's beautiful, Michelle. Thank you. My title, it was going to be limitations. And then by the time I got to the end, it turned out to be lightness. So I'm trying to work on some shorter titles because I always end up writing like really long titles. So it's kind of fun little challenge. If anyone else wants to drop their titles in the chat, feel free. Or if you want to drop like a line from your work, always happy to read it. Anything and everything is welcome here. And if not, we will just move into the grounding just to kind of close the space and bring us back to our bodies, especially if we went somewhere a little heavy, right? With all those things we were carrying. So, if it feels okay, let's close our eyes and just settle in. Thank you. Becoming wilder. Half truths. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's, I could really think into that. I appreciate you sharing. Okay. Let's breathe a little bit. Yeah. Um, Close your eyes if it feels good and just take a slow, steady breath in through your nose and a longer breath out through your mouth. Feel the weight of your body being held by the chair, the floor, the ground beneath you. Let yourself be supported. Let yourself be carried. Notice the air on your skin, the rhythm of your breath, the simple fact that you are here, and remind yourself that you are safe. We're going to take one more deep breath in and release. Okay, you can open your eyes now, just settle back in. Thank you, Helen, for sharing your title. I was glad to see this come through. Helen says, observe the beauty in the void. Oof, yes, love that. Um, Thank you so much for being here, y'all. I really love this space. And before we wrap up, I wanted to just take a moment to tell you a little bit about my writing workshop that's coming up on September 20th. It's called Write the Hard Thing. Let the body tell the story. And it's kind of like the work that we do here. So we're going to ground together and write together and just really lean into our truths, but just with some extra teaching layered in. And it's 2 hours, so it's a bit longer than what we do here. And we're just going to take a look at our fears. We're going to name them and reframe them and just bring some safety and permission back into our bodies. And then from there, we'll use the body as our entry point, like writing from sensation and memory and feeling. And then we're going to layer in some perspective. So you will leave the workshop with the beginnings of a little micro memoir and hopefully a shift in how you actually relate to your story, which I think is some of the most powerful, like the most powerful part about this work. And you'll also have space to connect and share and just like be with one another. And because, and just like realizing that we're not alone in this work, right? And that's also just like a really special part of it. The workshop will be hosted by Trust and Travel, which is an incredible like writing retreat company. They host retreats all over the world. And this is part of their digital like summer series. And so it will be on Zoom and it's $40 and there will be a replay available. But if you could make it live, I would absolutely love to see your faces there just because I feel like it's just me here sometimes talking to my own self. It's so weird. I just wish I could see y'all so much. I say that like every time, but it's just such an important part for me. And it's still, I'm like, where? But I can't see y'all. So, anyways, I saw some stuff come through, so I'm just gonna go through here before we hop off. So, Tranquil Rain said the stifled scream lost inside. Oh, you guys are bringing it with these titles. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, Helen, thank you so much for offering this beautiful space today. I just read about your workshop. I was really disappointed to see it's on a day I just can't make work. Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can make the replay. Thank you so much for sharing it with friends. That really means a lot. I'm so thrilled to actually be teaching this. Like when I was writing it, I really felt like I like stepped through a portal of like, this is it. Like this is the work. And it's the work that I still am doing every day. And it just feels so powerful for me. So anyways, I will be back here next week with the same kind of rhythm. We will ground and we will write and we will ground together. And the prompt is always different, but the space is always cozy like this. So thank you so much for showing up. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thanks, Michelle. Happy writing.